Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, my friends. Can someone please just give me an audio check? Make sure that you've got sound because that would be awesome. So welcome. It is the Tuesday live stream. If you're catching the replay, the same rules apply. Please do say hello. Let us know that you're in the house watching the video. And today we've got a really, really cool topic for you amidst all of the bad news. People have been saying nobody's buying books. People have been saying that nobody has money. Well, I got news for you guys. People are buying books, and there are some businesses that are absolutely booming. So we're going to talk about making the most of book sales and all of the people buying books right now. So if you have specific questions, you can always type them into the chat box. We are watching. And of course, when you're here and you're live, you're going to win prizes, or you're at least eligible to win prizes. So make sure you say hello. Hey, Ben, so good to have you in the house. And hey, you've got a pretty good YouTube channel going on over there. So hopefully people are clicking on your name and going over to your channel to say hello too. And Angela now has the wrench beside her name, which means if we have trolls dropping in on us today, we've got people who can drop the hammer. Jude, hello, hello. Andy W, welcome. So yes, please say hello. Let us know that you're here. And I'm just going to dive right in, and I'll come back and look at the questions and the greetings and see who else is here. Katie, hey, I was just thinking I hadn't seen a comment from you in a few videos. So good to see you here live. Keith, hello, welcome. Okay, folks. LT Byrne, welcome. Good to see you here too. Okay, so and somebody can just confirm too that we do have good sound. I think my mic is working, but sometimes technology doesn't cooperate. You guys are all saying hello, so I'm assuming we've got good audio. But hey, Ari, great to see you, and sounds great. Okay, thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate it. All right, so yeah, I've heard a lot of people say nobody has money, books aren't selling. And really, I think a lot of times these are just excuses. These are people just saying, oh my goodness, everything is bad. The old Chicken Little story, right? The sky is falling, the sky is falling. But the thing is, now I have data to say that is completely false. And if you haven't seen the post that I put up, it's from Ingram. And I'll just read, let me just pull it up here on my screen. And I'll just read some of the numbers from the last couple of weeks. So these are from the bisect codes, which if you don't know what bisect code is, go ahead and check out my YouTube video that explains that. But essentially, it's just a book category. So from March 8th to March 22nd, language arts and disciplines, hello, homeschooling, right? This is up 765%. That is not a small increase in book sales. Crafts and hobbies, 646%. Cooking is 472%. Fiction is up there too, 421% as people look. This is in particular fantasy, magical realism, paranormal, romance, and thrillers. Math is just, didn't even know mathematics had its own big category, but it does. Body, mind, and spirit, self-help, education, religion, art, juvenile, nonfiction. These are all up more than 230%. Some mathematics was up almost 400%. As you carry on, we're still looking at family and relationships is still up 200%. Social science, 212. Carrying on down, we're still looking at even health and fitness is up 101.5%. So people are buying books, and this is ingramcontent.com. You can go /publishers /LP best-selling bisects, and I'll try and link to that in the description after we're done the video. But my friends, books are selling. That is the big news story. And I actually went on Amazon charts and was looking just to see what books are actually doing super well right now. And it was not surprising, but it was fun to see some books enjoying their first 3 weeks in the top charts. So I've got that open here, so I'm going to bring up. So number 3 for the 4th week in a row is ABC, my first Learn to Write workbook. So congratulations, author Crystal Radke, who is now enjoying massive sales boom in her book for ages 3 and up. And I can attest to this fact, a lot. I had a Zoom call with my girlfriends. There's 4 of us that have known each other for nearly 20 years now. And we had a call, and one of them has their kids in private school, and they're getting really good support. The other one is in the public school system. The other two are in the public school system and have been largely left to school their children on their own, because where they're at, they've said, hey, school's out for the year, your kids automatically pass. And if you have high hopes for your children and their educational future, it's not good enough for them to be missing the last 2-3 months of school. So they're trying to teach their kids the things that they would have learned at school. So people need resources for that. But also in this list, there were some other interesting ones that had risen up the charts. But a lot of them were homeschooling based, like preschool fun, perfectly logical brain teasers for kids. The other one that jumped out at me was a book by John Barry, which is The Great Influenza, which is a book that was published in 2005. So The Great Influenza, it was published by Penguin Books. I'm sure they're glad, A, it's still in print, and now they're probably frantically doing another print run for it. But that one had jumped up there and was now 3 weeks on the list as well. So lots of different kind of books are enjoying a new rush on life because of what's happened here. Okay, so I'm just going to check in with you guys before I dive into, great. Oops, sorry, I hit my bike. Sorry if that hurt your ears. So there's a great rush on books, but what do you do about it? What can you do? So I'm going to address that. All right, so let's see who's here. Who else is here? Marlene, hello, welcome. Kelly, welcome. Kevin, hey, and you're going by your name. You're not just Kevin number 2 anymore. And you said hello. Well, this is huge strides for you. All right, Scott Strano. Okay, oh, great. Thanks for linking to the video, Angela. I appreciate it. Awesome. And hey, Martha, great, so much. It's so good to see you live. Thanks for joining us. And snow flurries today. Ew, Brian, where are you? Oh, Derek Silksky, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so what do you guys do about this? And while you're here, make sure you do say hello because we are giving prizes. And of course, when you comment the day a video is released, so even if you're watching the replay, you'll still get entered to win. Stefan or Stefan, depends on how you want to say it. Hello, hello, so good to see you. Okay, so what do you do about this book boom? Well, I think first of all is you want to think about really how can you be. What's the problem that people have that you can solve with your book? And then you really want to think about how can you get in front of them and really how can you be the solution to their current problem? And sometimes their problem is boredom. So never underestimate that. Some people have goals that they just want to learn something, and now is the opportunity for them to learn that. Okay, so learning another language could be a popular thing right now. Learning photography. We were just talking about that on our team huddle today, although it's photography business, but still there's things that people could be learning in their boredom. So that is also something to think about. But one author I spoke with a week and a half ago, she has an emotional learning book. And she was actually in the middle of creating a second edition for this book. And we were talking about that second edition, but she mentioned that as the school closures started and as she could see this coming, she created a resource for parents that were about to be homeschooling their kids. And it was kind of a 3-part resource, but it was very valuable, and you could see people paying for it because it had a calendar, it had a bunch of websites for different ages, it had a schedule of activities for each day based on your age of your child. And she just gave this away free. And I think she said she ended up with 7,000 opt-ins to her newsletter as a result of this freebie because she was out in front of this. So, I mean, this is behind this is looking back, what could you have done? But she was out in front of it. And so it got shared a lot because people were, oh my goodness, my kids aren't in school now. I have to not only have them with me 24/7, but now I need to take on the role of teacher. So she was able to leverage that into a lot of book sales for her current book. And obviously now she's frantically trying to get her second edition out to take advantage of it. But that was a cool example of someone who was looking at what is the problem people are going to have and how can I be of service to them? And a lot of people's inclination is, I'm just going to give my book away for free, which is kind, but a lot of people don't value what they get for free. They download it and never read it. And also the other thing when you're thinking of that is, what are you going to be able to do to serve those people in the future, especially if they never read your book? So I always recommend, if you are thinking of giving your book away for free, make sure you're at least building an email list from this book, or doing something to grow your author platform. So when you have a future book, you have an audience. And I can't overemphasize it enough. And I'm sure you guys have all done this. You've gotten a book for free and you've never read it. And I mean, we've all done that too, where we've bought books and we never read it either. But it's much more likely to happen when you have a free book. So there's a time and a place to give things away for free. But I also think that sometimes it's better to think about what is something that people can use right now. So whether it's an excerpt from your book, a tool that you can create or that you already have, even better, and give that away for free, connect with that person, and then they could potentially buy your book as a further solution to their problems. So think about, what problems do people have right now, or what problems can you see people having in the coming months? Okay, so I mean, right now, the big thing, and this is partly because I have a son that's at home, but many other people have this too. I mean, kids at home right now is full of challenges for parents, working parents, trying to educate their children, trying to maintain their jobs, finding time to work. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I get up at 4:30 in the morning to try to work for 2 hours before my son wakes up. Because during the day, I have to switch off with my husband so he can get some stuff done as well as just get a break. So I'm sure I'm not the only one doing that. And some parents I know are staying up really late to work at night. So that's a challenge, homeschooling your children, entertaining them, working from home. People are now working from home where they never were. That can cause loneliness. That can cause, maybe they're ergonomically not set up at home. Maybe they need tips on that. Maybe they need to understand how to decorate or lay out their home for the best energy, right? There's so many, I could go on and on with all the ideas I have for people. Leadership, of course, is important. Motivation, handling stress and anxiety. I've seen a lot of people giving away home meditations, which is cool. Handling times of change and turmoil. These are all problems that people have right now. Now people are in very close quarters with a very limited number of people. That can, what kind of challenges and problems does that have? There's challenges with the food supplies. So what are people doing to stay healthy and make sure that they're still eating well at home? They're exercising. All of these things are problems, and you can see not just the problem they have today, but if you're an expert in this area, look at what this current condition is likely to be causing as another problem in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, so you can plan ahead and think about, what can I offer that will serve them as this problem evolves or as this new problem emerges. Another thing, or one big thing I want you to think about, for some people it'll be relevant, is these kind of situations, and we saw this in 2008, they create opportunities for people to relaunch themselves, reemerge in something else. So a lot of businesses actually get created during this time because people get laid off and they go, you know what? Now is the time. I'm going to create that business that I always thought of creating. So if you serve entrepreneurs or starting entrepreneurs, starting businesses, this is a tremendous time for you to be starting to get your message out there, because sometimes it takes a little bit, the shock. Some people are like me and they go, okay, that was bad. Now what can I do? And they just immediately take action. But other people have a little bit of shock and it takes some time to work up to it. But either way, this is going to be a time of reinvention for a lot of people. So how can you help them? So match your message to the situation. Think about the problem. Think about what people are thinking, how they're feeling right now, and start there. What you don't want to do is come at them with an over-the-top message that they're not feeling right now. And I see this with some of the Facebook ads. They haven't updated to the current times. So you're getting an ad that is clearly pre-COVID-19. And it's happy and bubbly and freedom or travel-based or, things that we can't do right now. So you really want to meet them where they are right now with what they're feeling and what their problem is, and, really connect with that. So I'm going to talk specifically about books and book promotion and pivoting your message in a second, but I just wanted to kind of lay that foundation for you. All right. Hey, Ron, welcome. Yes, thumbs up is great. I love thumbs up. And the Audacious Kid, hello from Australia, welcome. Sarah and Faye, hello, welcome. Okay, awesome. And laying low, setting books on YouTube. Okay, great. So why is Chapters Indigo so slow to get books into system? Published 18/20/20. Oh, snow flurries in Toronto. Oh, really? That's unfortunate. Okay, so I'll come back to that question. I want to talk about distribution at the end because there are some reasons for these things that are happening, although published 18/2020, that you should have that fixed by now, but I'll come back to that. And I don't know if Jacqueline is here. Angela, if you've seen Jacqueline, she might be able to address that specifically. But anyways, I will come back to that. So I just want to give you guys a couple situations of books that were already out and how they're pivoting their message. So, and I mean, some people are doing paid advertising. I don't generally recommend you do a Facebook ad to specifically promote a book, but if you have a business or a brand, you might be doing Facebook ads. And but otherwise, I'm really talking about changing your social media content, your social media messaging. If you're doing podcast interviews or webinars or live streams. And by the way, there's so many people doing live streams right now that weren't doing them before. A lot of people are doing them every single day. I'm in a business mastermind, and once or twice a week right now, he's bringing on experts to support his entrepreneurs. So there's an enormous opportunity for people to get out in front of their ideal client if you can find that person who's serving them. And just to give you a sense, so in the business mastermind, they had a PR company come on and talk about how to get PR and how to utilize what's happening to not only serve people, but also get your business out in front of it and be, a positive message. But, there's opportunity in this. And I really believe that when you're helping people and you have something that will serve them, that it's your responsibility to get it out there. And some people feel guilty going, well, I can't take advantage of all the suffering out there. I kind of look at it the other way. I kind of think, you're not there going, hey, give me your money. You're going, hey, listen, I'll get Todd's book, just for example, not that he's even remotely said any of this. I'm just giving his as an example. So his book, Food, Why Do You Trouble Me So Much? I mean, people in this time, when they're stressed, when they're emotional, their relationship with food becomes very problematic. I mean, how many people have you seen on Facebook posts that they're binge eating or that they were losing weight before this happened and now they're not? So our relationship with food is really, really challenging and complicated. So a book like this, he's serving people by talking about how he can help you understand and manage your relationship with food to make it a positive thing, because we all need food to live, but a lot of people have an unhealthy relationship with food, which causes them all kinds of other problems. So it's a very, very powerful message. And so if you're getting out there and you're serving people by helping them, then it's really your responsibility to be promoting how you can help those people. So that's my take on it personally. But anyways, matching your message to the situation. Actually, that's a great, I just gave one of the examples that I was thinking of giving about matching your message to the situation. Another one, and I may have talked about this a couple weeks ago, but Read Me by Dr. Lene St. John is a book. The subtitle is A Parental Primer for the Talk. It's a book about really talking to your kids about sex. And she's pivoted. I mean, she's still talking about that on her social media to talk to your kids about sex. Because, I mean, most people are under one roof with their kids 24/7 right now. So there's lots of opportunities for those conversations. But she's also been talking about dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, and those like those hormones in our bodies, and how anxiety and depression impact them just as much as love, and natural ways that you can boost your those different levels in your body. And she's really talking about anything relevant to right now, anxiety and depression, handling those tough relationship conversations, again, because you're in close quarters. She's even talking about people being in homes with abusers and being essentially locked down with them. So she's really found a way to stay on point with what she helps people with, and at the same time, really meeting people where they're at and what's going on in their lives right now. Let's see. Financial planners. Oh my goodness. You guys have so much to talk to other people about right now. How to handle your investments, what to do with your investments, how to handle your money, how to budget for the upcoming squeeze or challenges that are ahead. So there's lots and lots of different ways to really pivot and handle today and meet people where they're at. And it's still keeping with everything that you've got. It's just wrapping it in a little bit of a different wrapper. So how do you get in front of them? Well, the first thing I highly recommend, especially now that we're a month into this, I realize in Los Angeles, and California, we're a little bit further ahead than some of the other parts of the country. New York, East Coast, they're ahead of some other parts too. But regardless, we're a month in. So keyword research, if you're looking to really get in front of people with a specific search, then I would probably be looking at doing your keyword research and updating your descriptions, updating your metadata accordingly to just really meet people for the problems that they're searching to solve right now. So make sure you're up to date on that. I would also highly recommend thinking about who is serving your audience. And I talk about this all the time, but it's really, really important to think about it now and think about, okay, they're probably creating even the strong companies. The ones that are going to survive and even thrive right now are the ones that are in front of people all the time trying to serve. And so if you can find those companies, like I said, my business mastermind that I'm in, they're doing extra live streams that they never do for their membership, bringing PR, they had an accountant come in, they had an employment lawyer come in. These are people that some of them have books, some of them don't, but if I'm an author and I can serve a group and I know somebody's running a business mastermind or some other sort of a group, I would offer to do some sort of a live stream to support that group. And that's a really, really good opportunity for you to serve an audience that needs your help right now. And, you don't have to overtly be promoting your book in that situation. People will just naturally buy your book if it's a good solution for the problem that they're having right now. All right, let's see if you guys have any questions. I am going to come back to the question. Oh, here you go. Jacqueline's already on top of it, so that's awesome. Thank you. I didn't know if Jacqueline was here. Oh, that's good too. That's a good tip. Okay, so I'll just read this because I know when you're watching the replay, you don't always see the questions unless you click on the live chat. So let's see. Oh, Mike, you're in the house. Hello. Elizabeth, welcome. So good to have you here. And Ben has a random question in relation to what you mentioned. Is it worth doing a pain point freebie to get people to your newsletter to position your book better? The answer is absolutely yes. The pain point freebie was really what I was alluding to with that author that I spoke to that has the emotional learning book. She saw the fact that parents were about to have their kids at home and weren't going to have a schedule for how to homeschool them. They weren't going to have the resources. So she put together a resource. It had a calendar with themes for each day, a schedule for each age group, what was an appropriate schooling schedule, and then links to places that would support, printing off coloring pages or printing off math sheets and so on. And so that's a pain point freebie. And she did that and built her newsletter list. And like I said, in a 2.5, 3 week period, I think she said she got to 7,000 opt-ins. So yeah, pain point freebie, get people on your newsletter whenever you can, because that's going to be a ready-made audience for your book. And then, eventually you can be selling your book or you can be periodically promoting your book. Okay, so it looks like Jacqueline's answering the question that came in. So Brian asked, why is Chapters Indigo so slow to get books into the system? And then Jacqueline had responded, Chapters won't pick up a book if it doesn't have a Canadian price listed. And if it doesn't have a good wholesale discount, they also won't carry it. So yes, I have a video on your wholesale discount. Highly recommend you check that out if you haven't already. And sorry, I just noticed that my husband was doing a Zoom thing earlier and he took a picture off the wall. I was wondering why there was 2 little nails up there. Just distracted me. So you want to make sure you've got a wholesale discount. And there's a video, so you can just search Book Launchers wholesale and wholesale discount, and that will come up. And then Jacqueline also came on, thank you, Jacqueline, and said, anytime you contact a retailer, include your ISBN. And if you have to send a cover direct, make the file name the ISBN. Great tip. Thanks, Jacqueline. And also make sure when you're setting up for Chapters Indigo that you are using Ingram. A lot of people think that just because they've ticked global distribution on KDP print, that they're going to get distribution at at Chapters in Canada and even Amazon.ca. It's gotten better. It's gotten much better now. But generally, and I've said this before, we use KDP print for Amazon.com for Kindle and print on Amazon. We use Ingram for distribution everywhere else because that is the simplest way. And it works better. It does typically take 6 to 8 weeks for it to populate properly in the Chapters Indigo system. but with a February date, you should be properly populated by now. All right. Can I join your chat? You're the best. Rodney's Publishing. You're welcome to join. Thank you. What if our book isn't out yet? Build that newsletter list, Kelly. So think of that pain point freebie that you can be offering, that you can be creating right now. Again, think about where people are at right now or what the problems they're going to have in 3 months. Budgets, the list is pretty long. And if you are an expert, you should be able to kind of think about the situation that people are in, talk to your clients, talk to the people you associate with, and think about what problems are going to going to come from this. And think about how you can create something of value, something that is so good people would pay for it. They don't have to pay a lot, but they would pay $20, $30, $40 for something. Create that kind of a resource, give it away for free, build your author newsletter list now, and then you've got a ready-made audience when your book is out. Yeah, I'm writing a book on clean beauty and wellness, which includes self-care and stress release. Yeah, I would still do the proper launch, but you can be pulling excerpts from it. You can be giving resources. This is such a good time for you to be building your author platform. Clean beauty. If you've got at-home tips for people, create a checklist, create some video content. A free 3-step, how to have a spa day at home or something. I've seen all kinds of people trying to up their home self-care. And those would be things that you could try and do right now. And I have to tell you, a friend of mine runs a beauty products business, and it's a sizable business that she runs. And man, her sales are double this year. Right now, in April, they're double what she did in all of April last year. So in just we're not even halfway through April. So people are looking for ways to take care of themselves. So I wouldn't rush your book. I still think you always want to put a book out that's the best quality possible, that you'll be proud of for years and years. So I wouldn't rush it, but I would do what you can to support people today and do that with some really cool freebies. Okay. All right. I'm just looking to see if there's any other questions. And yeah, thanks, Jacqueline, for hopping on. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. So kind of what I'm saying really is, I already said I'm just checking my notes, who is currently serving the audience that needs you. So I mentioned business mastermind groups, schools. A lot of schools are frantically trying to figure out how to serve their audience. And an FYI for you, private schools, preschools, a lot of them are still charging monthly fees, and they're just running little Zoom classes that are very challenging for a lot of parents, as my friends have been talking about. So if you have ways to serve that audience, people are bringing in yoga teachers, music teachers, they have guests, they have all kinds of guests that are doing these Zoom sessions for kids to try to handle even our local. We have a drop-in daycare service in our local community, and they've been bringing in experts on parenting just to stay in front of people. And so they have Zoom lives on Sunday mornings that is family yoga. And they have also look at the businesses that serve your people and see what they're doing and see if you can support them in a way that gets in front. You'll be surprised at what businesses are doing right now to stay in front of their audience. So when things do resume, they still have clients coming back. Gyms, podcasts, online webcasts, some of the events that we were booking our clients for leading up to this have pivoted, and now they're doing webinar events instead. So there's still lots of opportunities. Again, it's just about tweaking your messaging to be appropriate to what's going on right now. So big kind of 2 things of advice to more or less wrap this up. And then I wanted to also, since I think Jacqueline's probably still here, we can talk about distribution for 1 minute, because that is something that's been coming up too. But ultimately, how can you be a driver of change with your message right now? And this is, and I have to emphasize this is a really, really cool opportunity for people who are new voices to really stand out. Times of turmoil, crisis, that is when people look around for that innovative solution they didn't know existed, and they are open to working with the quote unquote little guy like never before. So this is your opportunity to stand up and get noticed, and people will pay attention and give you a lot more credibility than you expect, because it is an uncertain time, and people, also big corporations, are not very good at pivoting quickly and moving quickly and coming up with innovative solutions. So they really do. This is, we've been talking about it a lot in our business mastermind group, but also, seeing what happened in 2008. companies that solved problems. That was really the requirement. It wasn't that you were a big company, a Fortune 500 company. It was that you could solve a problem that somebody had. And that was the criteria. So this is a huge opportunity for authors to really stand out in the marketplace with a message or a solution to problems that people have right now, or they're going to have in the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months and beyond. Because yeah, this is going to go on for a while. We're going to have challenges that originate from now for a long time. So the more you can think about, in the old Wayne Gretzky saying, right, skate to where the puck is going to be. So the more you can position yourself to be, where your audience is going to need your help in the coming months, the stronger this is going to be. But really, I always believe this, but the authors that stand up and share their message over and over and over and really do it in service of the readers, so they know specifically who they're trying to help. And this is where a lot of you are falling down still. You're not clear on who you're trying to help. You think you can help everybody, but you need to identify a very specific, very clear audience of people. And once you've got that and you start sharing your message over and over, you will stand out in the marketplace for them. So Amazon sales, a quick touch on that because it's already come up today. If your book is showing slow to ship in Amazon, which is a lot of people have brought that up. Of course, Amazon Prime is no longer 2-day delivery. It's 5 days. Even my Costco same-day delivery I ordered on Sunday and I'm told I'll get it on Friday. So yeah, it's just the way of the world. But we've already been testing this and seeing this on some of our launches. And so Amazon is not prioritizing external book shipping. But if you set your book up for KDP print for Amazon, once that's turned on, books are shipping within 5 business days. So, and I tested it. I ordered books, Todd's book. I had another book here. Jeff Ruby's book as well. I have his book right here. So these books came in under 5 business days from the time I ordered it because they're set up to deliver from KDP print. Now, all that said, this is a great opportunity for you to drive sales in bookstores because people will go for where they're going to get the book faster. So direct them to buy from Chapters, direct them to buy from Barnes & Noble or Books A Million or Target. Get sales elsewhere because that will help you get distribution, stronger display space, or even, bookshelf space when they open, or display space, or even features on some of their websites currently. So this is a great opportunity to direct people to buy from your favorite bookstores, and they'll get it probably faster than they would have got it with Amazon because those stores are shipping out quicker in many cases, and you're going to have the opportunity to be growing sales, which just will help you enormously in the future. So that's my thoughts on those things. But if you guys have questions, if Jacqueline's still there, she might have some other tips. Okay, let's see. Hey, Adwoa, hopefully I'm saying your name. Welcome all the way from Ghana. That's very cool. Keith Wheeler Books, figure out how you can help them, what's in it for them, not what's in it for you, and you'll do much better. Exactly. And she just ran a self-care retreat. Kelly, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So you're already doing what you should do. Lisa Robinson, how do I relaunch a book that was released at the beginning of COVID and stores shut down? So I'm going to do a video on relaunching books. But when you relaunch it, are you just like going to try and do momentum, like a momentum relaunch, or are you going to try and tweak your content? Is it because you lost your book signings? I would just want to understand why you want to relaunch, what your objectives were, what happened, and what you think you'll achieve with a relaunch versus just, trying to push now with your book out. We do have one client that's going to do a bit of a soft relaunch with her book in the summer. I'm not fully involved. I'm not involved with that conversation. But there can be advantages to that. So I just want to understand why more. Andy, I'm always second guessing my topic, like real estate is a bad idea and stock options is a good idea, and especially in a bear market recession. So here's the thing about real estate. So typically what happens in these situations is you're going to see that in probably the next 6 months, you're going to see a lot of real estate opportunities. There's going to be foreclosures. The whole short sale thing will probably come back. And you're going to see rents go up. Not in every market, this is generalizations, but real estate opportunities are going to be there. And as somebody who started a real estate training and education company and massively grew a real estate investment company 2008 to 2011, I can tell you that the hard part was raising money to finance the deals in that time of uncertainty. But man, those deals that we did in that time, I wish I could do them over again. So smart money will go to those opportunities. I can't speak to stock investing, but you have to be a subject matter expert and really understand where the opportunities are going to be and how you can serve people now and in the coming years as we kind of emerge from this. So, okay, let's see. And yes, funding is going to be the problem already. We were talking to a mortgage broker yesterday, and they've already tightened all their lending criteria. So unless you are very distinctly a W-2 in the US anyways, a W-2 employee with, as boring of a portfolio type box as possible, you're not going to get a mortgage for a while until they loosen up credit and start lending again. Jacqueline said I covered it well. So awesome. Yeah, you lost 20 plus signings. So yeah, I mean, bookstores are going to be looking for ways to reinvent. A relaunch may not be necessary. I did book signings for my book many months after the book was out. So you might be able to create those book signings all over again without a relaunch. Lisa, it's a harder conversation to have than just this. If you have no momentum whatsoever, a relaunch might be a good idea, but I would just be looking for ways to innovate and get ahead and find ways to connect with that audience without those book signings. And then once the stores are open again, they're going to be looking for ways to get people into their stores again. So that would be what I would do. Yeah, Jacqueline's made a great point. She said, pivot to concentrating on getting reviews, start paid advertising, depending on your content, live stream and social media, etc. The thing with launching a book is a lot of people think that launch, and I've done some videos on this too, where it's like they have book launch day blues because they think that confetti is going to rain from the sky. Everybody's going to be like, oh my gosh, you're an author, you're amazing. And they can feel down when that doesn't happen. And of course, when you had all these events and things lined up that everything changed, you might feel like you just need to start over and do it again. But a lot of times relaunch isn't any easier than if you had just said, whew, I'm going to dig in and make the most of my situation right now. Because I've said this before to some people that I know are on the line here, trying to kind of launch without something new in your book, people go, oh, like, why is it new? And it's not new. You're just trying to launch it again to get momentum. So why not just drive your momentum on your own without that relaunch? But there's cases for launch. So, okay, here we go. Let's just see if there's anybody else here. All right. Hey, Juan. Hello. I almost missed you in there. And Lawrence, thank you. Hello. Okay, so we got prizes. I almost forgot to give you guys prizes. Oh my goodness. I got so focused on what we were talking about. Okay, so when you comment a video, the day a video is released, you get entered to win our hashtag No Boring Books mug, as well as our Oh So Soft journal. And so I put it into the randomizer today because I couldn't get the printer to connect to my computer. Oh, the lovely advantages of working from home. So it is in the randomizer. You guys are just going to have to trust me on that. And I'm hitting the randomize button and I'll tell you who comes out for the first prize. And number one, Vince Warnock. Yay, congratulations, Vince. You can choose from hashtag No Boring Books mug or the journal and email us at team@booklaunchers.com with your mailing address and your choice. And then let me go back to the list again. It says, there's a button, it says again, I can hit it again. Let's see who is there. And number 10, there's number 1 through 10 was blank, go figure. Don't know why that's the case, but the winner is Tom, and this is a very generic name. So I am going to make sure that it is the Tom that has been commenting on all my videos. So when you email me, you need to send me your channel URL so that I know Tom, it's the Tom that is actually commenting and winning. And I know who this Tom is. So I know what channel URL I'm looking for. So please, when you win, when you submit for your prize, Tom, send us your channel URL so I can confirm it is in fact you. Deal? Deal. All right, so awesome. And then I have an honorary winner. I wanted to make sure that this person won. Studio 38. So first of all, phenomenal YouTube bestie, comments on almost every single video, but recently shared something that was extremely personal on one of the comments. And I just thought that, it meant a lot to me, and I think probably to other people who read his comment, just talking about, his wife passing and how he's been reading or working on his book through it. And even just how participating and being one of the book launchers besties has helped him through this. So I just thought that was really, really cool. And I appreciated him sharing and me getting to know him a little bit more. So Studio 38, I know you've been trying hard to win. So here you go. I'm giving you a prize just as a thank you for being such a wonderful part of the community. So email us at team@booklaunchers.com. Let us know what you want and give us your mailing address so that we can get that off to you. All right, folks, that is the show for that part, but we got live. You guys are all live. You're here for prizes. So Angela, let's see. What are we doing here? Let's see. Okay, so number one, what are we going to do? I need a skill testing question. Jacqueline, if you're there, can you come up with a skill testing question? And then we'll do the date. Number 14, we'll go number 14 backwards from Mike Hurd's comment that says, yes, congrats to today's winner, today's winners. So back me up 14 from there, Angela. Let's see who we've got as a winner for today. And then we'll also do a skill testing question. If Jacqueline's still here, maybe she can give me a skill testing question. Someday, you guys, I'll plan the skill testing questions in advance. Someday, but that's not today. All right, I'm just waiting for the winners, and then we're going to wrap up and say goodbye for another 2 weeks. If you have ideas what we should cover in 2 weeks, let me know what you guys want to talk about. I have a few ideas. Brewing. This one, obviously talking about the booming book sales, was just so topical. I had to. Angela, Lisa Robinson is number 14. Yay! So let us know what you'd like, Lisa. Email us at team@booklaunchers.com. Okay, you want to talk about aggregators? Ooh. Yeah, we could do that. That's certainly a good spontaneous skill test. Yeah, I'm putting the email address in here for you guys. Aggregators, I put the videos out. I feel like they cover it better than I ever could on the live, and I'm definitely not the expert there. We need Jacqueline on that call. Maybe we'll have to do a Zoom live for that. Answer so you can sell elsewhere. Yeah, for sure. Okay, fair use and permissions. Yeah, okay. You guys are picking me hard. Oh, Jason, hello, welcome. Awesome, we're just wrapping up, but it's still great to have you here live. Jacqueline, skill question, what is the top reason you'd want to buy your own ISBN rather than using the free one from Amazon? Yes, I like that. Great question, thank you. Thank you so much. And then while we're waiting for the first answer to that, my book will be out of publishing in 1 month, just having an online launch, a good idea, then later a book signing launch. Yeah, no, that's great. So yeah, the thing is, live in-person stuff, and I have a video out, Dawn, if you haven't seen it, came out about a week and a half ago on how to sell books from home. The reality is the vast majority of things that actually sell books, that actually get people to buy books, it has nothing to do with physically being there. And, if book signings are fun, if people show up. I've done some where almost nobody showed up. But honestly, there's so much you can do without ever leaving your house to sell your books. So do as much as you possibly can to make the launch awesome now. And then when we are allowed to physically see people in person again, start pursuing some live events and some appearances and book signings. And, like I said, I launched my book in June of 2013, and I did all my book signings and all of my media tour I actually did in October, November, and December, which in Canada, let me tell you, that was very silly of me. It was cold. I've lost my thought of who it was. Brian, I think, said he's in Toronto and it's snow flurries. Well, yeah, I was in Winnipeg doing a TV show at 6. I had to be on the set at 6 a.m. on the news station. In December, it was -40. It was so cold. It was awful. Don't want to do that again. So anyways, you don't have to, it doesn't have to all tie together. And in fact, that was great because my books kept selling and selling and selling rather than just doing a launch month and then forgetting about it. Okay, let's see. Aloha. I'll come back and watch it all. Great, thank you. So you are listed as the publisher. That's a pretty awesome reason. Keith Wheeler Books, you own it, not them. Yes, skill answer, so you can sell elsewhere. Yes. So those are all good answers. I mean, really, I'm actually curious what Jacqueline wanted to see for the top reason. Me personally, I think it's so your book can be sold anywhere. You're not reliant on Amazon, but I like Keith's answer because then you're listed as a publisher, which essentially means you have full control, which is what I'm all about. You know, I say that over and over. You want to have full control as the publisher, own all your content, own all your stuff so that you have the intellectual property because it's yours. You've worked so hard to create it. So we'll go with Keith. But I am curious if Jacqueline's still there, what she actually was looking for. So Keith, I don't know, have you won lately? Definitely, let's get you a prize. So email us, team@booklaunchers.com. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, if you're watching on the replay, be sure to comment on the answers that you would have given. Now that you know the right answers, right? It's easy. And yeah, Andy, -40 sounds like a nice fall day in Canada. Whew. That's why I live in Los Angeles now, my friends. It's sunny and warm. All right. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Oh, you've never won? Oh my goodness, Keith. And it was so time. So congratulations. And let's find out what you want. Mug or a journal, email us and let us know. All right. Amazon limits the expanded distribution and your ability to sell elsewhere. Yeah. Thanks, Jacqueline. That's what I thought too. All right. Thanks, Katie. Bye, Mike. Take care, guys. Bye.